Hey YouTube. Coming to you today with a little tobacco review of Pembroke by Esoterica, aka the same group that makes Penzance. They don't really vary their labels up very much, do they? They've all got that same kind of sort of slanted cursive sort of font, but a classy label. I like it. And I've had this tin for a couple of years now. It's taken me a while to go through it because it's not been the best tobacco I've ever smoked. It's not the best tobacco I've ever smoked. It is a choice English cognac blend, which is what it says on the label. Makes it sound like it's one of those aro-Englishes, aromatic Englishes. I really love those blends that take an English base and what would otherwise just be an English blend, but then they throw in aromatic flavorings. Like, my favorite is the ones that do it with chocolate. I've always been a fan of kind of chocolate smoky blends, which at one time they were kind of rare. There's a couple more now out there. You gotta kind of dig to find them. Way back in the day, I was either given or I bought, I forget, but I was sent a baggie of chocolate manhood, and I think I did a video on it. That stuff was really good, and it was fairly simple to make. It was basically Virginia and Latakia with some Cavendish in there to give it sort of a cocoa flavor. I don't know if they use Cavendish with chocolate added to it or just unflavored Cavendish to get that kind of chocolate effect. Another one is Two Friends, which I've never had. I've been dying to try it. It's called Two Friends English Chocolate. So just the name alone, that's perfect. English chocolate. That sounds like something that I would love. Anyways, digress. So you would get the idea that this blend is meant to be a kind of spin on that. An English blend with some flavoring. Well, to be totally honest, I do not and have never really picked up any cognac. So I guess it's in there. Maybe it's just that subtle to where I can't even pick it up at all. Which the reason that I bought it was because it was by Esoterica. At this point, I'll pick up about anything by Esoterica if I can find it available, because you guys know how hard it is to find Esoterica's blends. So that was my thinking when I bought this, but really all I'm getting is that sort of classic English, essence from Esoterica. So if you've had Penzance, if you've had Margate, even if you've had special Latakia flake, which I don't like as much, but all of Esoterica's blends, all of their English blends, have that sort of same Latakia flavor, and it's a particular kind of Latakia flavor. I would call it a little stale in a good way. It's a great flavor. I love it. That's why I got this. It's less of a fresh, full Latakia flavor that you might get with some other makers like maybe Cornell and Deal, or McClellan, even though they're out of business. McClellan English blends, their Latakias were just much fuller and kind of fresher to me. Anyways, it's a decent blend. I don't get any cognac whatsoever. Honestly, all I get is something that faintly reminds me of Penzance, which is probably my favorite blend. Although, would it be my favorite blend if it was available? It's a good question. I don't know. I do know I love it. And the tin especially, the tin note, really smells of that. I mean, it just reminds me of Penzance when I pop it open. They all have that same sort of strain. By they, I mean all of Esoterica's English blends. They all have that kind of, maybe it's a little bit vinegary as well. Maybe that staleness is a little bit like sourness, which vinegary would be sour. It's a good tin note. It is a little bit flatter than I was hoping for. No cognac. Trying to see if there's a date mark. I know I got it at my local brick and mortar. Geez, it's been a couple of years. It's been 2 or 3 years maybe. It's good. I wouldn't go bending over backwards to find it. If anything, it's just a faint ghost of Penzance, which is kind of a pathetic way to look at a tobacco. So other than the reminder of Penzance, kind of a middle of the road, average English blend. And hope that was somewhat helpful. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you all for the positive feedback from that last video that I did, the really long video, reminiscing about the old YouTube pop community days. Appreciate the feedback on that one. Hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll check in with you again soon.